And when you talk about our offense, I thought we did pretty well. The only problem we just weren't capitalizing on a lot of points, and it was due to the fact that a lot of penalties were being called. I mean, we got 2 touchdowns called back, one to Donald Parham, which was a nice one, and that was called back for offensive holding, and then another one from another catch by Jared Cook, which is called back by a legal shift, which
Yeah.
it was kind of hard to see as a fan, but it was kind of like it just when you just see it so active, the refs were, it just feels like sometimes are they against the
Yeah.
team?
I mean, I do agree with it, but Herbert did throw 2 interceptions. Like, I don't know. I guess a receiver slipped on one of those, like Keenan Allen, and um, I don't know. And the right tackle, Storm Norton, he was getting destroyed all day by a backup or by number 11. I don't know what his name is on the Cowboys, but he was a linebacker, and they put him at DN because they were missing both DNs, and our just offensive line almost looked like last year's. As far as the right side, Slater, I completely forgot about Slater. I don't even know if he played a good game. I guess he did. I don't remember seeing any
I mean,
sacks
he
coming from
got
the
some
left
good
side.
he got some good blocks. I remember he was doing a nice some pass running blocks. Like he was out there. I saw him out there. He
Yeah,
was pretty active. He's pretty active with his hands. But when I saw Norton playing, it was kind of hard because it's like we do miss Bulaga on that side, protecting that right hand side. But it's just it was with our offense. I thought we did really great with the time of possessions, which I can't complain about. I mean,
hmm
I think when what I do remember is from the end of this first half of the game, we look like okay, we could start putting some points up. We're getting some balls, we're getting into the red zone, but
hmm
there was just some hard moments just to watch as a Charter fan. Like we missed a field goal, and it's kind of normal to see
it's
as
kind
a
of a
Charter
big
fan.
thing.
It kind
Yeah,
of it kind of reminds me of like what we used to watch in the past with Koo, who was a kicker, or like Badgley, that was a kicker a couple of years, just last year or so. And
Josh Lambo.
but yeah, but anyways, coming from that, just feels like we always get to the red zone and things happen where we get backed up with some penalties. We end up getting out of the field goal range. We get so close. We are in the red zone, and sometimes we just don't even capitalize. We either capitalize on either a field goal, hopefully, which is actually the biggest thing that happened. But most of the time, we capitalize with more of like interceptions. Like I don't know. I felt like there was some unnecessary throws Herbert was throwing to. It was like, where were you throwing it in the end zone? And it was like straight to the defender. I was just like, what's going on here? We was he underneath some a good amount of pressure, or was it just? It was difficult to watch to actually march our way down and
hmm
actually either capitalize on an interception or a penalty being called back just to punt in the game, but it was kind of hard to. It was just difficult to watch. I mean, it was great to see at least field goals, but I think we could have definitely capitalized on some touchdowns.
Yeah, I don't know if it had anything to do with Joe Lombardi's play calling or just disruption of the O line. And I know Keenan Allen had he had some great catches, but I can see past 2 weeks he's been kind of making bonehead decisions. Like he kind of lost his cool.
Yeah,
I guess that
taunting.
can be argued taunting, but I don't know. Like I can't remember the other mistake he did, but
He did make some mistakes, but I'm not sure if it impacted the game that much. I mean, it did
right.
probably. So, yeah, they ended up getting the first down, but they just lost a couple yards, maybe like 10 yards, I think, for the taunting play, and they were able to kind of march their way back forward. But I think the only thing us as Charger fans is looking is that like we're not capitalizing on those finishing
hmm
touchdowns, managing the clock well. There was some curiosity of whether or not the Chargers were going to make some timeouts or if they were going to like just have Cowboys let it run it out and hope that they missed the field goal. Because I was kind of wondering too if they were going to call any timeouts
hmm
here and there. But it was towards the end of the game, it was kind of rough to watch. It definitely was a challenge to watch
Oof, that was
because
rough. Yep.
it felt just field goal after field goal and it was interception. It was just not. It was just no capitalizing, like no urgency on the Charger side to kind of like let's get some points on the board. Let's take advantage that the Cowboys are not, marching down the field like they were earlier in the game.
Yeah.
So,
It's gonna be. I'm kind of still excited though because I want to see how this team bounces back from a loss. Like what's Staley gonna do now that we lost, and are they gonna make the correct? Are they gonna be able to fix all their mistakes and have a great game plan against the Chiefs next week?
Yeah,
Like, are we gonna bounce back? That's what I'm looking forward to. Hopefully, it'll be a good game and not a lot of stupid penalties taking away a whole football field worth of yards.
yeah. I mean, when it comes to the penalty calls, I can be mad and upset about it,
Yeah,
about all that. But at the end of the day, the score, I mean, I can get angry and upset. It's not going to make a difference in the game. Like if you're a
right.
player, if you're somebody that's out there in the game, you got to just adjust and adapt and stay focused on the time at hand. And so for the ref calls, it's like, dang it, that sucks, but we just got to move on and play through it. I mean, it was just difficult to watch because, as I said before, it was just very tedious to see
Yeah,
penalty after penalty after penalty. Like we're
yeah,
nitpicking every little single thing that's happening, and sometimes I felt like it wasn't even the penalties actually happened. Like another one was that sack on Herbert. I thought, even the commentator said that was a pretty bad call. I think a lot of people said that was also pretty bad calls
yeah,
on his part. We could have been a lot closer to the red zone than 30 back yards back than
yeah.
we should have been.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Hopefully, I want to know, kind of want to see what last week's referee crew and this week's referee crew, like what they're going to do next week. And if I'll even take the time to see how they do that game or what refs we'll get next week.
Yeah,
I mean, it's been a problem, I think, for the whole league. Just makes it super unenjoyable to watch.
for sure. But
It's-
among everything that we've been complaining about, there were some positive notes. I mean, there
yeah,
have been a lot of third down, which I did like to see, was that the Chargers were making pretty good third down conversions.
yes, they
Gotta
were.
admit that there was some long third down 15, and he managed to find a Mike Williams, he managed to find a Keenan Allen, or just someone open, a Jared Cook open on the backfield to get that first down, a Justin Jackson. So
Hmm.
those were still some positives moving forward.
Yeah, Mike
Of the
Williams
third
had a
down
great game.
conversions.
Yep.
Yeah, Eckler had a 2-point conversion, so that was pretty good to have. But as a Charger team, it's like when we look at last week, we did win, but it was also a low scoring game. Part of me is like one or two, do we have the opportunity to make more than just 20 points or like
Right.
20 points? Like can we be a 30-point team? Can we put up more
Hmm.
points on the board? Add more touchdowns into the game? And honestly, I felt like in this game we could have. It
Hmm.
may have been because of the penalties, but I feel like we could have made adjustments to actually find a way into the end zone.
Yeah, we just need to capitalize on when we're in the red zone. Right now, Herbert has like 2 touchdowns and 3 interceptions.
Yeah,
Hopefully, by next game, he can like have those 4 touchdown games, 0 interceptions, or 3 touchdown games and 0 interceptions.
yeah, and plus it looks like too the having not Bulag on one side, he was getting a little bit. I could see that there was a little bit of pressure on that side, on the right hand side, on the right tackle side.
I think
North,
they sent him help. They put Jared Cook over there a little bit too late to help him out. It was like I just thought it was too late. Like I noticed that they put Cook there to help him out.